Hey ho und willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Genshin Impact. Wir haben 21:9 und wir haben heute die Ehre, mit Ei spazieren zu gehen. So, irgendwo unten sollten wir sie treffen. Ach da, jetzt wird die Missionsding wieder eingeblendet. Wieso ist die Musik wieder so negativ? What the hell, so richtig Depri.
Is this the marketplace? It's a far cry from how I remember it. Huh, the stores have changed, and so have the vendors. Well, that's to be expected. It's the Shougun! What is the almighty Shougun doing here?
Isn't the Shougun sick? This is quite sudden.
I appear to have frightened the people.
Well, what did you expect? The almighty Shougun makes an impromptu appearance in town? People are gonna freak out a bit.
An dieser Stelle empfehle ich euch, oben rechts auf das i-Symbol zu klicken bei YouTube. Dann kommt ihr nämlich auf die Playlist. Dann, wenn ihr euch Folge 460 anschaut, das ist das Finale mit Shougun Raiden, dann werdet ihr auch verstehen den Zusammenhang und warum die so außer sich war. Also, ja, außer sich nicht, aber warum sie so drauf ist. Denn sie, die echte, die hat diese Welt schon lange nicht mehr betreten, in diesem eigentlichen Sinne. Und in der letzten Folge hat man nochmal gesehen, sie im Inneren und die Puppe oder die Marionette, sage ich jetzt mal dazu, die ein bisschen anders drauf ist. Und ja, wie gesagt, in Folge 460 oder so ab 458 bis 60 klärt sich halt alles auf. Und ja, das macht schon Sinn, warum das jetzt alles so ist, ne? Und deswegen auch hier die Antwort, macht der Shougun nicht normalerweise seine Runde, und das ist wahrscheinlich nicht der Fall.
Patrolling the streets is the Tenryou Commission's job. The Shougun has a lot of information to process and orders to give out. She doesn't have time to deal with it herself. Additionally, the Shougun has no need of recreation. There would be no need for her to come here just to pass the time or to relax.
So, what do we do now? Should we go away for a while and make a more low-profile return later?
Why? It's not like I'm here to cause trouble. Let's just relax.
It was more the ordinary people that Paimon was worried about. Never mind. This definitely seems like your style, eh?
People still use Mora in commercial transactions, I assume.
Yep, same as ever. Just as shiny and just as hypnotic. Wait a second. Hey, are you saying you don't have any Mora either?
Of course I don't. There is no need for commerce in the plane of Euthymia. If I ever need something, I can simply have one of the commissions bring it to me. Wait, what do you mean, either? Anyway, people seem to be behaving in a very orderly fashion. I don't see the liveliness you spoke of anywhere.
People aren't exactly gonna let their hair down in front of the almighty Shougun.
What is this stall selling? I don't believe I've ever seen this before.
Hat sich auch viel verändert, seit du das letzte Mal hier warst. Und du warst ja wahrscheinlich hunderte von Jahren hier nicht mehr da gewesen. Ja. Es erinnert mich aber wirklich so ein bisschen wie mit Ayaka, als wir auf dem Date, oder Anführungszeichen auf dem Date waren mit ihr. So.
Shougun, excuse me.
It's all right. Relax. I'm just here to look around. I'm having a change of pace today. Could you tell me about the items you're selling?
Of course. I've got all kinds of snacks here. Takoyaki, dango, and milk, and so on.
Huh? Milk? Sounds kinda like the odd one out.
It might sound odd, but it is in fact my specialty. You see, many of the stores in town are already very well established. I couldn't compete with them no matter what I sell. So my idea was to create some new combinations to give customers a novel experience. For example, my latest concoction is this dango milk. When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the milk. The focus is not just the taste, but also the unique texture.
Oh, dango with milk. I've never heard of it. What made you want to do this?
I'm sorry, Shougun. I've got no bone to pick with eternity.
I said relax. There's no need to go treading on eggshells. Do you really think the eternity I pursue is something that can be shaken by dongo and milk?
Huh. Why do I feel like she's different than I expected? Actually, it came to me by chance. A friend was catering once and made too many dongo, so they gave some to me. But there were more than I had use for. My milk wasn't selling well at that time either. And both dongo and milk have a short shelf life. So I thought I'd try mixing the two as I had nothing to lose. To my surprise, in the right proportion, it tasted superb.
A chance combination. Interesting. May I try this drink?
The almighty Shougun wants to try? Well, certainly. And you two should try it too.
Nice. It's sweet. The sensation is not so different from eating a dessert. A unique beverage indeed.
Yeah, it's definitely a drink, but it also feels like eating food.
It's a little bit like porridge? But the resemblance is only superficial. Anyway, I like it.
I'm very glad you approve.
I imagine that an item as delicious as this dongo milk must sell exceptionally well, no?
Well, I won't lie to you. Sales are very average.
Huh? So it's selling slowly? Why is that?
Because most people aren't willing to give it a try. They think it's an unusual combination, even though everyone who's tried it before rates it highly. I'm not saying the almighty Shougun has unusual tastes. Please, don't take it the wrong way.
Ah, I see. Well, that can be fixed. I'll just have the Yashiro Commission order a few hundred cups and go door to door delivering them.
No, almighty Shougun, that's too much.
Is it? I just want them to try it. It would be a shame for them to miss out on dongo milk.
Du magst also Süßes?
Of course. I've heard that most humans like desserts, so it's not unusual that I should enjoy them too. Miko agrees with me on this. There's nothing like dessert for improving one's mood. Much more enjoyable than meditating alone all the time. By the way, Miko mentioned that she founded something called the Yai Publishing House to sell some sort of light novels. She's always bragging to me about it, but it's difficult for me to really imagine without seeing the place for myself. Can you take me there?
Sure, let's go and have a look.
Naja, solange das keine unanständige Light Novels sind, man weiß ja nie. Genau. Das ist hier unten irgendwo. Genau, hier war das, ne? Direkt die erste? Ja, genau. Überraschung.
Shougun! Almighty Shougun! What brings you to the Yai Publishing House? Do you have instructions for us?
No, not at all. Don't be so nervous. I'm just here to look around.
Apologies. I still don't quite understand. Are you here to look into the management? Or publishing regulations? Or fire safety measures?
She just wants to browse your books.
The almighty Shougun wishes to read light novels?
Yes. Any recommendations?
The Yai Publishing House's novels are mostly targeted at the general public, and the content is all kinds of strange. I'm not sure we have anything quite to the almighty Shougun's taste.
I'm just here to try something new. There's no fun in reading the same kind of thing over and over again. Relax. It's just words on a page, isn't it? What could I misunderstand, really?
In principle, you're absolutely right. It's just...
It'll be fine. If there's anything the Shougun doesn't understand, we'll explain it to her.
Ja, kein Grund nervös zu sein.
Well... Okay then. Please proceed to the bookshelf over there. It has all the latest bestsellers. There are some winning entries from the This Novel is Amazing competition. I've just finished compiling them into a saleable form. Don't take them too seriously. It's all just a bit of fun.
Okay, let's go then. Huh. How can this be? Did I underestimate the caliber of this material? I know every individual word in these books' titles, so why is it that they make no sense to me in these particular combinations? Take this one, for example. The good thing about being reincarnated as a hilly churl is that I only need to eat sunsettias to become stronger. It's so long. Is it true that hilly churls grow stronger from eating sunsettias? Well, surely it should be some sort of meat, at least.
It's just a narrative device.
Narrative device.
Ja, rein erfunden im Endeffekt.
So it's made up? What's the point of that? Without being grounded in reality, how can the story be believable? Also, I'm fairly certain that hilly churls can't write stories. So, does this author claim to be documenting hilly churl life from an outside perspective, perhaps?
Paimon's starting to understand Kuroda's reservations right about now.
Es ist etwas, das nicht in der Ewigkeit zu finden ist.
How about we choose for you? We can pick out some novels that are easier to understand and give you the scoop.
All right, then. I believe myself to be relatively well-read, but with stories like these, I don't even know where to start. I have high hopes, though. This seems like Miko's style, so I'm sure the stories are very entertaining.
All right, leave it to us. We'll be back in a jiffy. This could be a pretty tough job. Let's see what we're up against.
Lies einen Kampfkunstroman von Leeway, lies einen Liebesroman, lies einen Abenteuerroman. Ich würde das zweite machen, um ja, gucken, wie die Reaktion von ihr ist, aber wir müssen wahrscheinlich alle drei laut der Missionsbeschreibung eher vorlesen oder zeigen. Der Titel des Buches lautet Das chaotische Drama oder die Geschichte meiner... Sorry, war noch Autoplay drin. Ja, jetzt müsst ihr das Video kurz zurückspulen. In diesem Buch geht es um die Liebesgeschichte zwischen dem mittelmäßigen Helden und 7 schönen Mädchen. Das Werk schilderte den Alltag dieses Protagonisten in chronologischer Abfolge mit etlichen kleinen Momenten, die dich zum Schmunzeln bringen. Der Schreibstil des Autors ist solide, die Formulierungen fließen gut und der Charme der einzelnen Figuren wird perfekt dargestellt. Allerdings bricht die Geschichte in einem entscheidenden Moment ab, als die Jugendfreundin des Protagonisten im Begriff ist, seine Liebe zu erklären.
The suspense is killing Paimon! Paimon only skimmed through, but Paimon can tell this girl has loved the main character with all her heart since childhood.
Ich hoffe, dass der Autor ihr Glück schenken wird.
Right! Yeah, it's just a novel. But please let the author have a heart, please! The plot is really gripping. But would A really understand this kind of mortal romance?
So, jetzt das andere Buch. Der Titel des Buches lautet Das Leben hat mich zum Kämpfer gemacht, obwohl ich nur Schriftsteller sein wollte. Das Buch ist ein Kampfkunstroman, der in Leeway spielt und sich auf die offene und dunklen Rivalitäten zwischen den Banden konzentriert. Der Protagonist hat den Ehrgeiz, ein gewöhnlicher Autor von kurzen Erzählungen zu werden, der gegen niemanden kämpfen möchte, wird aber wegen seines einzigartigen Kampfsport-Talents in einer Rivalität hineingezogen. Das Verkaufsargument der Geschichte ist, dass der Protagonist nie einer Seite beitritt, aber immer für einen geheimen Meister einer Seite gehalten wird. Die verschiedenen Kämpfer, die den Protagonisten als imaginären Feind sehen, bringen immer wieder alles durcheinander, während der Protagonist mittendrin ist, aber nie seine ursprüngliche Absicht, Romanautor zu werden, aus den Augen verliert.
What a strange person. Why would someone want to be a novelist that badly?
Es war echt merkwürdig, deswegen auch merkwürdig, das vorzulesen, ja, mit der Betonung zu arbeiten. Das ist nicht so meine Stärke, wie ihr gehört habt.
Someone like that could easily become the top martial arts pro in the world.
Der Wille der Hauptfigur ist sehr wertvoll.
You do have a point. And a character so determined to follow their ambition is likely to appeal to A, right?
So, bevor ich das dritte anklicke, ist bestimmt lustig, wenn wir die wegen dem Feuerwerk sie treffen würden mit A. Das wäre bestimmt lustig. Der Titel des Buches lautet Wiedergeboren als Shougun Raiden mit unbegrenzter Macht. In diesem Buch geht es um den Protagonisten, der unter einer Donner-Sakura vom Blitz getroffen wird und sich tatsächlich in Shougun Raiden verwandelt, als er seine Augen öffnet. Der ursprüngliche Protagonist wurde immer schikaniert und konnte nichts richtig machen, aber nachdem er Shougun Raiden wurde, hat er unbegrenzte Kraft und Macht. Die Pointe der Geschichte ist wahrscheinlich dieses Gefühl der Erhabenheit und das allmähliche Wachstum und die Transformation des minderwertigen inneren Selbst. Ich weiß nicht, ob das zu Shougun Raiden passen würde, weil es ist ja die andere Perspektive. Sie hat ja alles im Endeffekt. Ob sie sich da hineinversetzen kann, im eigentlichen Sinne? Aber nachdem er schon Shougun Raiden geworden ist, wie wird sich der Rest der Geschichte entfalten?
With a premise like this, it's no wonder Kuroda was nervous about letting A look around. Paimon thinks it might be best not to bring this one up with A. We might get the author in trouble.
Aber es verdirbt nicht den Ruf des Shogun. Im Endeffekt nicht, nö.
Well, if someone turned into Paimon and did a bunch of stuff this Paimon would never do, Paimon would feel really uncomfortable. That's all of them. Let's try to explain them to A.
Gut, machen wir. Also, erstmal Bäume beobachten.
The looks on your faces tell me you found some good stories.
Ja, was nehmen wir? Kampfkunstroman, was irgendwie so weird war? Alltägliche Liebe, weil ob sie das kennt, ist eine Frage. Und das Geschichte der Wandlung zum Shogun, ja, da hat Paimon aber auch schon, ja, hat auch nicht Unrecht. Ich würde mal das zweite nehmen, tatsächlich. Könnt ihr in den Kommentaren schreiben, was ihr genommen hättet.
Why are there 7 people all striving to have a relationship with a single male protagonist? Is this some sort of narrative device too?
Not really. It's a pretty normal story. You know, where the guy can only choose one girl in the end.
I see. Yes, this is an important relationship, so he must choose wisely, but the decision-making process is a source of agony and conflict. So, could the author not simply add a narrative device whereby the main character could accept the feelings of all 7 admirers at once? Yes, that would solve it.
That would be the most boring love story ever.
Love. Narrative devices are truly mysterious things.
So what do you think of Yae Publishing House's light novels, eh? Do you like the stories we picked?
What I take from these stories is not so much the content itself, but what they represent in terms of the effects of time upon Inazuma. Back when I decided to isolate myself in the plane of Euthymia, there was no Yae Publishing House, and certainly no stories of this kind. In accordance with my wishes, the Shogun did her best to create an eternal nation. A nation that, in theory, should remain entirely unchanged over time. But the fact is that both the food and the stories have changed with time.
Vollständige Stille ist nicht möglich.
I disagree with your point of view. That's what I would say if we were still in the plane of Euthymia. But the truth is right here in front of my eyes, and I can't deny it.
And that's exactly why we brought you out, to take a look around and get some fresh ideas. Sure, it's not the same as you remember, but one way or another, people are loving life in the present. That's gotta be a good thing, right?
Yes, you're right. I'm wary of any and all change. But I do not wish for my pursuit of eternity to stop human lives from changing for the better. Thank you for inviting me out. This trip has been quite eye-opening for me.
Kein Grund, so höflich zu sein.
This may be an everyday occurrence for you, but for me, this trip has been quite an occasion. I've seen a lot, and it's made me think a lot. I really can't praise it highly enough. I hope I will remember it for a long time to come.
Also ein Erinnerungsbild.
Ooh, great idea! Ace had a wonderful time, and a photo is the best way to remember it.
Take a photo? Once again, I'm faced with a combination of words that makes absolutely no sense to me.
It's okay. Come with us. We'll find a scenic spot and show you what we mean.
Ich hätte sogar eine Idee. Bei der Statue der 7, die große, von Inazuma. Geht zu einem Ort mit herrlichen Aussichten, wo man schöne Bilder... Ja, okay, vielleicht hier an der Kante auch, um hier die Umgebung zu sehen. Wobei, wäre sogar vielleicht besser.
So, what are we supposed to be doing?
We're taking a photo of you. Just leave the hard work to us. All you need to do is stand over there and strike a pose. Basically, a photo makes a visual record of you at this very moment in time, so it makes a great souvenir.
Okay, so what exactly is striking a pose?
Man muss echt alles erklären, ey. Aber ich finde das irgendwie gut. Damit wird eine Pose verewigt.
Ah, I see. So in other words, I need to do some sort of visually agreeable action in front of you, right? The more I think about it, the more embarrassing it seems. How should I pose? Help me out here. It should look good, but not too over the top. This isn't coming naturally to me at all.
Nimm eine zurückhaltende Pose, nimm eine ernste Pose oder sei lässig. 1 oder 3? 2? Nee. Für sie? Nee. Nehm mir 3. Vielleicht lächelt die auch.
Casual. How about this? This feels quite natural.
Ach, das kann man jetzt auch suchen? Warte. Machen wir aber mal was anderes. Gucken, wie sie da posiert.
Alright. Well, I'll leave the decision to you.
Zurückhaltende Pose.
Okay. I'll try that.
Es hat sogar was. Versuchen wir noch mit dem
Alright.
dritten.
Well, I'll leave the decision to you.
Ernste Pose.
This doesn't feel very... me. Is this okay?
Ist zu ernst. Ihr könnt in den Kommentaren schreiben,
Alright.
welche von den 3 Posen euch am
Well,
besten
I'll
gefällt,
leave the
aber
decision
ich...
to you.
Sei lässig oder zurückhaltende. Wie war nochmal lässig?
Casual. How about this? This feels quite natural.
Ich glaube, das nehme ich, oder? Oder? Boah, ich kann mich echt nicht
Alright.
entscheiden gerade. Also,
Well, I'll leave the okay. I'll try that.
nehmen wir das. Also, ich würde das hier nehmen. Wie gesagt, ihr könnt in den Kommentaren schreiben, was ihr genommen hättet, aber ich denke, das wäre mein Favorit. Wobei auch ganz knapp nur.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's pick a good angle to record this moment from.
Okay. Finden eine passende Position zum Fotografieren. Warte mal. Achso. Okay, Moment mal. Da konnte man doch mal was machen. Hintergrundunschärfe. Ja. Ja. Ach, das dreht sich. Okay, gut. Das ist wichtig zu wissen. Radiusschärfe. Achso. Oh, ne. Ach, der Bereich. Ich weiß nicht, wie es vorher war. War schon fast besser. Teilshift haben wir hier sogar ein bisschen drin. Warte. Wie komme ich denn... Wie komme ich nicht näher? Achso, scrollen. Oh, nein, nein, nein. Alter, das ist gerade ein bisschen merkwürdig mit dem... Alter. Okay, W und S ist hoch und niedriger. Machen wir sie zum Mittelpunkt. Ja, alle Fotografen werden mich jetzt hassen, weil ich die Drittelregel nicht benutze. Distanzschärfe, Radioschärfe. Nee, ich glaube, mit der Schärfe sollten wir vielleicht doch nicht spielen. Oh. Dann müsste ich es so machen. Nee, ich lasse das vielleicht. Ja. Bisschen zurück. Bisschen tiefer. Ne. Der macht immer so stufenweise. Ach komm, lass ich. Ist nicht das Beste. Also hier auch das Kamerasystem finde ich im Genshin Impact nicht so schön. Gibt es bei anderen Spielen, wo du ein bisschen mehr machen kannst. Also speichern. Ist noch nicht mal mittig. Ach, das meine ich halt. Dass man hier so nicht einen Rahmen einfügen kann oder so, dass man das sieht halt, ne? So, zeigen wir das Bild.
It's a wrap! Take a look! Here's the photo we took of you!
Wow. This is astonishing. Is it some kind of magic? It seems to be another copy of me. But she doesn't seem to be able to move or talk.
Dies ist nur eine Aufnahme.
I thought it would turn out poorly because I felt rather rigid, but it actually looks more natural than I imagined. The pose is exactly the same, and so is the scenery in the background. I can't imagine how it's achieved.
That's what makes it so special!
Hang on. I'm still struggling to understand this. I need you to explain it again. So, the one in this photo, are you sure it isn't me? If it's not me, then why does she look exactly like me? And if she is me, then who am I?
Okay, that's way above Paimon's head. Over to you, Traveler.
Vielleicht ist es wie der Unterschied zwischen dir und dem Shougun.
Hey, that's right! Do you think the Shougun counts as you?
Of course I do. It was never my intention to place control of Inazuma into anybody else's hands.
So then, who does that make you, here and now?
Well, I'm still me. There is no doubt about that.
Deine Existenz ist also nicht singulär.
My existence? I think I understand. I am me. There is only one of me, but I can exist in many different forms. It's not important what form I exist in. The Shougun, for example, is one of my forms of existence. The question of whether or not she is me is not determined by any of her components.
In that case, this picture is one of your forms of existence too.
So even I, who seeks eternity, am constantly changing my form of existence. Then, how can I ask Inazuma and everyone who lives here to remain unchanging?
Die Natur von Inazuma oder die Natur des Menschen lässt sich nicht so einfach ändern. Beides beinhaltet im Endeffekt das Gleiche. So wie, das ist nicht das Gleiche, aber dasselbe, so nach dem Prinzip. Ich würde mal das zweite nehmen, mit dem Menschen, dass man das nicht ändern kann.
Everything I have encountered on this journey with you has been from beyond my existing sphere of knowledge. You've seen a lot of my ignorant side today. Maybe you can't tell, but all this has challenged my understanding of things. Based on what I have seen today, I am forced to accept that Inazuma is a completely different place from the one I remember. But it would be incorrect to conclude from this that the Inazuma of today is no longer Inazuma.
Richtig.
Both the Vision Hunt Decree and the statue of the omnipresent God were conceived as a means of bringing about eternity. But if I were really getting closer to eternity, none of this ever would have happened. Perhaps I've been holding on to everything too tightly.
Sounds to Paimon like Ace figured things out. And that means that we've done a really great job as her guides.
Master Kamaji! Master Kamaji!
Why is it getting so noisy down there? Oh, that sounded like Ippei. What could be the matter?
Ippei? Is that someone from the Tenryou Commission?
Yep, let's find out what's going on.
So, und ich denke, hier machen wir einen Cut mit dem Spaziergang von A erstmal. Denn ich schätze, da kommt wieder was Längeres, je nachdem. Und ja, wie es dann weitergeht, ja, werdet ihr in den nächsten Episoden erfahren. Okay, ich sollte vielleicht irgendwie so hinstellen, dass ich ein bisschen zentrierter bin. Ja, komm schon. So, wie es dann weitergeht, werdet ihr in den nächsten Episoden erfahren. Deswegen empfehle ich euch ein Abo dazulassen, damit ihr sie nicht verpassen könnt. Und ihr supportet mich auch gleichzeitig auch aktiv hier auch am besten auf YouTube. Folgt mir auf meine Social Media Kanäle, die ich ebenfalls verlinkt habe, denn dort poste ich Sachen auch von anderen Spielen. Ansonsten liked, dislike, kommentiert meine Videos, Fragen, Anmerkungen, was auch immer. Ich versuche es in der Regel zu beantworten und würde mal sagen, bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao, ciao.